For the love of literacy. My very first experience of literacy begins at home. When I was a little girl, I can still remember my mom reading to me at night. She would read all sorts of books, from Dr. Seuss to Mother Goose. She would change the character names to mine and my family members. She would change her voice and make it fitting to the characters, and it would always make me laugh. We would spend evenings watching Disney movies and entering the world of imagination. Spending this time with her, reading or watching movies, was my favorite, and I would never want it to end. Literacy was a way for a story to be told, and for me, I loved that. I was involved, and it allowed me to use my imagination. My second experience with literacy also came before I went to school. This was soccer. At a young age, I was able to understand sports as a whole. I could understand and follow the rules, and I knew what position I needed to be in when I was on the field. Until this year, I would never view soccer as literacy, but now I know how it actually is. I have played soccer my whole life, even before I was able to read and write. This is an important part of my life and my literacy journey. It taught me many important things, and I now see myself as being literate at soccer. Now that I am older, I can appreciate what soccer has taught me. Being a coach for a boys' team myself, I can only hope I impact their life as much as my coaches impacted mine. Continuing on my journey led me to school. I always loved going to school, especially the primary grades. These experiences were great and enhanced my love of reading and imagining. I remember specifically one teacher who would read to us every day. This stands out to me because she would read the stories that my mom would read to me at night. It made me feel safe and comfortable at school, as if I was having a little bit of home in that setting. Hearing my teacher read would bring me into a world of fantasy and imagination, which I loved. I would recall what I remembered from reading the book with my mom. I got to see a glimpse into a world that I didn't live in. At such a young age, I created some of the greatest memories I'll ever have of literacy. Jumping forward many years brings me to high school. While school at this age wasn't my favorite place to be, I always enjoyed going to English class. I got to enjoy reading Shakespeare and tapping into a different era of life. This brought my imagination to another level. Reading his novels showed me how they wrote and spoke back then. It challenged my thinking and made me appreciate the art of writing. As this time went on, literacy turned into texting, messaging online, joining different social media groups like Facebook and Instagram, leaving comments for friends on their pictures or on their personal pages. This part of life showed me the importance of digital literacy, especially in today's society, since we live in an era of technology. There are a lot of forms of literacy which encompasses the lives of many of us on a daily basis. I enjoy reading and using my imagination. At my age now, when I read, it encourages me to use my imagination. For that short time I am reading, I step out of my world and I remember how it felt reading when I was a child. When I would be laying in bed, snuggled up to my mom, listening to a short story and dreaming of another world far, far away. Now I want to be a teacher, and I can only hope that I can share my passion for literacy with my students, and hope they will appreciate it the way I did. My journey has taught me so much, and as an educator, I want to promote literacy and teach its many forms. Everyone embarks on their own literacy journey, and they are all unique and special stories. This is my story, and I love literacy.